I'm not familiar enough with the remaining county cases. This Braswell might be, I don't know. Looks like they're coming in.
Yes.
Point of order here. Can we take a 5-minute recess to see if Mr. Dasher, Davenport is available to finish? I think he's had sufficient time, and our commission has had sufficient time to try to explain that situation.
I don't have a problem with that if he's right there. If you want to see if he's ready to proceed.
Go ahead, Mr. Chairman.
Let me see if I can get further along.
Are we ready to roll, Mr. Davenport? Okay. Let's get, what did we come up with on this case?
Well, I think there's 3 ways to move forward. One is with the proposal that we have now, with Ms. Fuller and Ms. Hall together. One is to move forward with just, and I'm sorry, Ms. West, I say Ms. Hall, but I mean Ms. West. Well, one is just moving forward with just Ms. West's property, and not including the tract about Ms. Fuller. Just moving forward with that. And then the third one is to table it with the hopes of meeting with the surveyors and possibly Ms. West and Ms. Fuller at the property to maybe just better understand this, maybe even with Ms. Fuller's son, because that's who we've had some conversations with. Ultimately, right now, I think the best way to move forward is for both pieces to be involved, but I would agree with you that Ms. Fuller still does not completely understand all that is going to be happening, or maybe even our role right now. So my recommendation would be that we maybe table this for a month so that we can meet on the property with the surveyor in the hopes of helping that a little bit further down the line. Because right now, I've explained it to the son and to Ms. Fuller, and had another family member be involved, and I don't feel like there's still enough understanding. No. Maybe that we want, not that we need, maybe that we want. Because I think we have what we need. We have the signatures we need, but I don't think the understanding is there that we want.
Okay. Thank you, sir. What's the pleasure of the board?
I'll resubmit my motion made earlier, and Mr. Walker seconded it, and table this to our next meeting.
Okay. Got a motion and a second? Table it till the next meeting. Any discussion? Mr. Schuster.
Just one little thing. If we table it here, then the commissioners could go ahead, however, with your recommendation as it stands now, right?
Yes, sir. I mean, I'd like to think that my recommendation just changed. I can't speak for the TRC, of course. I can just speak for Warren, but we could try to resolve it between now and the county commission meeting, or we could try to make an effort to not resolve it and try to give it another month. I mean, I'll take some direction from y'all, but you're right. I mean, it does still move forward. We could try to have the meeting in the next week or so to try to see if it still has a chance, but.
And the applicants are aware of this?
That it moves forward to the county commission? I mean, they know that this is a recommending body, and that the real decision is made in front of the county commission in a couple of weeks.
All right.
Mr. Chair, part of our job is just for the zoning, but it's to make sure that we prepare these people for their presentation for City Council and County Commission, so that City Council and County Commission don't have to spend their time with everything else that's on their agenda doing what we can try to help do for, the public hearing. That's why we have it. So I think that making sure that the applicants understand that even though if we table this, we don't have any control over whether County Commission will make a vote on it or not. So they still need to make sure that they do go to the County Commission meeting, because that case will be brought up and they could take action on that. But I would hope that staff might be able to get all of those parties together as expediently as possible, so that we could, make sure that everybody was knowing what was happening with the request that was being asked.
Is there any sort of urgency on the timeline as far as getting this issue resolved? Or is this just something we're trying to get corrected?
This is something we're trying to get corrected. I don't believe that Ms. West is in any type of time frame. I just confirmed that with her, that 30, 45 days would hurt her from the further development of this property. So I'm not aware of anything, sir, that we're pushing up against as far as the timeline. I think it's only our own.
Okay. So we got a motion, a second, to table it with us. Any more discussion?
Could you restate the motion, please?
Would you restate the motion, Mr. Page?
Motion is that we table this case until our next month's meeting, giving time for Mr. Davenport to meet with the parties involved to see if there can be a resolution.
Okay, everybody understand the motion? Okay, got a motion, second, any more discussion? All in favor? Okay, it's unanimous. It's tabled till next month unless the commissioners